My daddy left me sitting on a suitcase when I was 7 years old. I waited all day. He never came back. I thought that was the worst thing that could ever happen to me. I was wrong. Because 20 years later, two of the most dangerous men in the city looked at me and said the exact same word. Mine. And that was just the beginning. If you think you know where this is going, you have no idea. Stay with me. Don't go anywhere. This story changes everything. Hit subscribe right now. 12 years later, Maya, now 19, moves through her waitress job at a dull diner like a ghost. Her eyes are careful, never looking up for too long. She is a shadow in her own life. She returns to her tiny apartment, counting tips. The money is never enough. The landlord's eviction notice is taped to her door. It's final. She slides down the wall and sits on the floor, just like she did as a child. She doesn't cry. She's all cried out. Across the city, in a restaurant that never appears on any map, two men face each other. Carter is all sharp suits and colder smiles. He runs the city's ports. Marcus wears a worn leather jacket over his shoulders, his power quieter, but just as real. He controls the unions. They have shared the city in an uneasy peace for 20 years. They are not friends. Their meeting is tense. A young, reckless soldier from Carter's crew has stolen from Marcus. The boy dies. It's the rule, Marcus states, his voice like gravel. Carter nods. Business is business. But as they stand to leave, Carter's phone buzzes. A photo appears. It's from his man watching the diner. It's Maya, clearing a table, looking exhausted. Carter stops cold. Marcus sees his rival's face change. He glances at the phone. He recognizes her immediately. Not her name, but her face. Her eyes. She has her mother's eyes. A woman both men loved and lost a lifetime ago. A woman neither could save. The air in the room vanishes. Where is she? Marcus asks, the threat of war already in his tone. Carter doesn't answer. He's already moving, his mind racing. This isn't just a girl. This is her daughter. A living piece of the only good thing they ever knew. The stolen money, the dead soldier. All of it is forgotten. That night, Maya packs her single suitcase. The yellow dress, now faded, is folded at the bottom. She has nowhere to go. A knock at her door isn't the landlord. It's two men in expensive coats. Your father sent us to bring you home, miss. One lies smoothly. She is too tired to fight. She goes. The car doesn't take her to the bus station. It glides through iron gates into a fortress of a house. Inside, under a crystal chandelier, stand Carter and Marcus. They look at her, and for the first time in decades, they look unsure. Maya stands in her cheap coat, clutching her suitcase. Carter speaks first. You're safe now. Marcus steps forward, his tough face softening. You're home. Maya looks from one dangerous stranger to the other, completely still. I don't have a home, she says. And the clock starts ticking. The silence in the grand foyer is heavy. Maya doesn't move from her spot on the marble floor. Carter tries a formal approach. This residence is secure. You will want for nothing. His words feel like a business contract. Marcus scoffs, kneeling down to her level, ignoring the dirt from her shoes on his clean floors. You're scared. That's smart. But the lock on that apartment wouldn't stop a strong breeze. He points to a hallway. Pick any room. The doors lock from the inside. This small offer of control makes her finally take a step. Her chosen room is smaller, far from the main hall. It's still the size of her old apartment. She finds new clothes in the closet, simple and her size. Not the yellow dress. She hides that. Downstairs, the men are at a stalemate. She stays with me, Carter states. My security is tighter. Marcus leans on the bar. Your house is a museum. She'll feel like a prisoner. My place has a garden. They glare. This is the first crack in their peace. Maya explores the silent hallways. She finds a library. On a high shelf, tucked behind books, is a single silver picture frame. It's a photo of her mother, young and laughing, with both men on either side of her at a summer fair. They look young, happy. Normal. Maya's breath catches. She quickly puts it back, but now she has a question. At dinner, served at a table too long. The silence is loud. Carter asks about her job. Marcus asks if she likes to read. Their questions miss each other. Maya pushes food around her plate. "Why was my mother with both of you?" she asks quietly. The clinking of silverware stops. The two powerful men look like guilty boys. "We were all friends," Marcus says, the understatement of the century. "Before life got complicated," Carter finishes. That night, Maya tries the door. It's unlocked. She slips into the dark garden. She just needs air. From the shadows, a bodyguard appears. "Miss, for your safety, you shouldn't be out here alone." She sees then the shape of another man near the gate. Marcus's man. She is being protected and watched by two separate teams. She is the prize in a silent war. Back inside, she hears raised voices from behind a closed door. "You think buying her fancy clothes will make you her father?" Marcus growls. "And you think your tough guy's sympathy will?" Carter shoots back. "We do this wrong. We lose her forever. Like we lost Anya." The name of her mother hangs in the air. They both go quiet. The argument isn't about territory anymore. It's about failure. Maya returns to her room. For the first time, she doesn't feel like a burden to be evicted. She feels like a bomb that's been placed between two kings. And the fuse is already lit. A week passes. Maya establishes a routine to stay sane. Mornings are for Carter. He insists on teaching her about finance. "Money is a tool for freedom," he says, showing her ledgers with the names redacted. He is logical, distant, but precise. She learns quickly, impressing him. One morning, she points out a numerical inconsistency. Carter stares, then allows a small, real smile. "Your mother had that same eye," he says, and for a second, he's not a boss, just a man remembering. Afternoons belong to Marcus. He shows her how to fix things. A leaky faucet, a stubborn lock. The world breaks. "You should know how to put it back together," he grunts, handing her a wrench. His hands are scarred. She asks about one. A disagreement over a trucking route, he says, not meeting her eye. It's the first hint of his world. She finds she likes the solid clunk of a repaired part. The two worlds collide awkwardly. Coming in from the garage with Marcus, her hands dirty, she passes Carter in the hall. He frowns at her grease-stained jeans. Marcus puts a hand on her shoulder. She fixed the old Corvette. All by herself. There's a pride in his voice that makes Carter's frown deepen. Maya feels like a child being tugged between divorced parents. Carter's attempt to connect is a shopping trip. His bodyguards clear a boutique. Maya is overwhelmed by the silks and colors. She picks a simple blue sweater. Carter, frustrated, tells the clerk, "We'll take one of everything in her size." Maya stops him. "I don't need everything. I just needed one thing that was mine." He is stunned into silence. He cancels the order, buys only the sweater. Marcus takes her to a quiet, family-run Italian restaurant. No guards inside. The old owner, Mama G, hugs Marcus and cries when she sees Maya. "You have Anya's smile," she whispers, pinching her cheek. For an hour, Maya feels normal. She hears stories of her mother's terrible cooking and loud laugh. Marcus watches her laugh, and his usual tough expression melts away. He is protecting this feeling. That night, Maya takes out the faded yellow dress. She holds it up. It's a relic from the life where she was left behind. She folds it and puts it in the back of a drawer. She is not that girl on the suitcase right now. She wears the new blue sweater to bed. A threat emerges. The reckless soldier's brother, Leo, is angry about his sibling's death. He knows the truce broke over a girl. His men watch the house. Carter and Marcus get the report at the same time. Their shared glance is not of rivals, but of generals preparing a defense. The target is Maya. The two kings now have one castle to protect. The protection becomes a cage. Maya can't go to the garden alone. The library window is now locked. Her frustration boils over at dinner. "So, I left one prison for a fancier one?" she challenges. Carter explains the threat coldly. Marcus adds, Leo is a gnat, but a gnat can still carry disease. It doesn't help. She retreats to the garage, to the old Corvette. Tinkering is her only outlet. Carter has a solution. A charity gala. It's a fortress of its own. Society's armor. You'll be seen, safe, and you can have a night out. Marcus hates the idea. Putting her on display? But Maya agrees. She wants to see people, to feel normal. Preparations begin. A dress arrives, elegant, not flashy. Carter's choice. Marcus slips her a small, flat panic button on a bracelet. If anything feels wrong, you press this. My guys will be outside too. The night of the gala is a surreal dream. Carter, in a tuxedo, guides her through introductions with politicians and donors. He calls her his ward. She is polite, playing a part. Across the room, Marcus leans against a wall in a tailored suit, looking uncomfortable but watching every person who comes near her. She feels the divide. Carter's world of polished power, Marcus's world of watchful strength. Leo's men make their move. Not an attack, but a message. As Maya dances with a polite elderly donor, the lights flicker and die. In the blackness, she feels a hand grab her wrist. Not the donor's. She yanks back and presses the bracelet. A second later, the emergency lights kick on. The hand is gone. But on her wrist, smudged in red, is a single word. Mine. Chaos is controlled and quiet. Carter's men seal exits. Marcus is already at her side, his body between her and the crowd. His eyes scan Hunter's eyes. We're leaving. Now. In the car, Carter is on the phone, his voice deadly calm. Find out who let them in. Terminate the contract. Marcus holds the wrist with the smudged word, his thumb wiping it away. You're okay. You were smart. For the first time, she sees real fear in their eyes. Not for the city, but for her. Back at the house, the argument is volcanic. Your soft power almost got her marked. Marcus shouts. And your world of street fights put the mark there. Carter fires back. Maya stands between them, still in her gown. Stop, she yells. The men fall silent. He didn't write whose I was. He wrote mine. Like I'm property. I'm not. Not yours. Not his. Not his. She points to the window, toward Leo. She walks away, leaving them in the wreckage of their fight. Alone, she shakes. The fear is real now. But so is a new feeling. When the lights went out, her first thought wasn't of her father leaving. It was of the two men in this house. She knew somehow they would come. She wasn't alone in the dark. That's new. And it's dangerous. The morning after the gala, the house is on full lockdown. The tension between Carter and Marcus is a physical wall. Maya bypasses it. She goes to Carter's study. I want to see, she says. He's reviewing security feeds. See what? The business. The real business. The one that makes men like Leo want to hurt you to get to me. Carter is silent for a long minute. Then he opens a file. Not the sanitized ledgers. Maps of the city, territories, legitimate fronts. He doesn't glorify it. He explains it like a cold ecosystem. She listens, absorbing it all. She then finds Marcus in the garage, cleaning a gun, a methodical, careful process. Teach me, she says. He doesn't look up. No, why? You teach me to fix a car. This is just a tool for a different kind of break. He stops. He sees her mother's fire in her eyes, but also Carter's logic. Slowly, he unloads the weapon. He teaches her the parts, the safety, the weight. Not to shoot. Just to understand. Knowledge is a shield, he says, echoing Carter's lesson in a different way. The unity lesson works. Carter and Marcus watch her move between their domains, learning the full scope of their dangerous world. They share a look of uneasy pride and shared dread. She is not a doll to be protected. She is becoming a player who understands the board. This forces them to talk. Not yell. Talk. They meet in the war room. We can't protect her from the life if she's choosing to look at it, Carter admits. So we show her the whole truth, Marcus says. The good we've built too. The unions, the community centers. the whole picture. They take her on a drive in a fortified car. Carter shows her the port, the thousands of jobs his legitimate shipping company provides. Marcus takes her to a rec center he funds, where kids play basketball, safe. This is the other side of the coin, Marcus says. You have to protect what's good. Maya sees it. Their power isn't just taking. It's building. It's complicated. It makes them human. Leo strikes. Not at Maya, but at a symbol. Mama G's restaurant is firebombed in the night. No one is hurt, but the message is clear. I can touch what you love. Maya sees the news with Marcus. His face goes stone cold, a fury she's never seen. Carter enters, already knowing. This is an act of war. We end it. Together. The word, together, hangs in the air. The truce is now an alliance. Maya makes a decision. She approaches them. He's doing this because of me. Because I'm a weakness to you. So I can't be a weakness anymore. I want to help. They refuse immediately. But she stands firm. You both taught me. One taught me the map. The other taught me the tools. Let me help you protect our home. Our home. The words change everything. A plan is formed. A risky one. They will use Leo's anger as a weapon against him. They will make him think he's won, that he's splitting them apart over Maya. She will be the bait in a controlled trap. Marcus hates it. Carter calculates the risks down to the decimal. But Maya is resolved. She is done being the girl on the suitcase. She is ready to be the one who closes the door. The plan is set. They will stage a very public, very loud falling out. At a neutral meeting site, a private warehouse, Carter and Marcus will argue over Maya's future. The information will be leaked to Leo. He will see his chance to snatch her in the chaos. What he won't know is that the entire warehouse is surrounded by their combined forces. Maya is prepped. She wears a wire. She is given strict instructions. Look scared, look conflicted, stay in the marked safe zone. Carter drills her on lines. Marcus simply holds her shoulders. Your only job is to stay alive. We will do the rest. Trust us. She nods. For the first time, she does. The scene is set. In the cavernous, empty warehouse, Carter and Marcus face off under a harsh light. Their acting is a little too good, their hatred from the past weeks bubbling up. She belongs with me. I can give her a real future. Carter shouts. You'll turn her into a ghost, like you. Marcus roars back. Maya stands between them, as scripted, pleading for them to stop. She feels the panic button bracelet on her wrist. Leo takes the bait. His men crash in from two sides. Gunfire erupts, loud, shocking, even when you expect it. Carter and Marcus shove Maya behind a steel pillar, the safe zone. They turn, back to back, and the transformation is terrifying and magnificent. The businessman and the fixer vanish. Two legendary warriors stand in their place. They fight in sync, a brutal, efficient dance they haven't performed in 20 years. Maya watches, huddled, as they protect her. Carter disarms a man with a fluid motion, all precision. Marcus takes down two with raw, powerful force. They cover each other's blind spots without speaking. This is who they were together before the split. This is the team her mother must have loved. It's the most awful and beautiful thing she's ever seen. Leo himself charges towards Maya, knife in hand, a wild look in his eyes. Both Carter and Marcus are engaged. Maya sees him coming. She is not in the safe zone anymore. She remembers the weight of the gun Marcus showed her, the cool logic Carter taught her. She doesn't have a weapon. She has her voice. She stands up, straight, and looks Leo in the eye. My fathers are busy, she says, her voice not shaking. You deal with me. Her defiance makes him hesitate for 1 second. It's all Marcus needs. He tackles Leo to the ground, disarming him. Carter is there a heartbeat later, gun-trained. The fight is over. Their men swarm in. Leo is dragged away, cursing. Silence returns, ringing with gunshots. Maya's legs give out. She sinks to the floor. Carter and Marcus rush to her. They are bruised, bleeding, but their focus is entirely on her. Are you hurt? Carter demands, checking her for injuries. Marcus cups her face, making her look at him. You stood up. Why did you stand up? He breathes, terrified and proud. She looks from one to the other, their worried faces streaked with dirt and sweat. Because I knew you were there, she whispers. And in that moment, she knows it's true. They were always there. They just didn't know how to find her. The aftermath is quiet. The threat of Leo is gone. The warehouse is cleaned, the story contained. Back at the house, a medic checks them all. Maya has a bruise on her arm. Carter has a cut on his cheekbone. Marcus's knuckles are split open. They sit in the living room, not the formal one, a smaller, lived-in den they never used before. The air is different. The wall is gone. Maya speaks first. She goes to her room and comes back with the faded yellow dress. She holds it out. This is what I was wearing when he left. I kept it to remind me not to trust, not to hope. She lays it on the coffee table. I don't need it anymore. It's a surrender of her old pain. Carter looks at the dress, then at her, his eyes glistening. Marcus puts a hand over his mouth, overcome. Carter stands. He goes to a wall safe hidden behind a painting. He takes out a small velvet box. Inside is not jewelry, but a deed. I bought this the week your mother told us she was pregnant, he says, his voice thick. A house by the water. For all of us. A dream. Marcus nods, staring at it. We were gonna go straight. For her. For you. He looks at Maya. Then she was gone. And we lost everything. Including each other. The full truth comes out. Her mother, Anya, discovered she was pregnant. She loved them both and couldn't choose. She was also scared their world would consume the child. She left the city to protect her. She told neither man about the pregnancy, fearing it would start a war between them. She raised Maya alone, far away, until she fell ill. With no money, no help, she reached out to her old friend, Mama G, begging her to watch over Maya if anything happened. She never named the father. She died protecting Maya from their world. Maya processes this. Her mother's secrecy, her loneliness, her struggle. It all makes a terrible sense. My father, she asks. Carter and Marcus look at each other, then at her. We don't know, Marcus says, his voice rough with emotion. And it doesn't matter. Not to us. Carter kneels in front of her, something he would never do. Biology is a footnote. Choice is the story. We choose you. Maya looks at these two dangerous, flawed, powerful men who have fought the world and each other and have now laid down their arms. Not for a legacy, but for her. She thinks of the little girl on the suitcase, waiting for a door that never opened. That door is gone. She has a home. She doesn't hug them. Not yet. But she reaches out. She takes Carter's hand, the one that signs million-dollar deals. She takes Marcus's hand, the one that fixes broken things. She holds them, linking the three of them together. Okay, she says. It's a simple word. It's a promise. The camera holds on their joined hands, then pulls back to show them. A CEO, a street king, and the daughter who saved them. The family that wasn't born, but forged. The new peace in the house is fragile, like thin ice. It holds, but everyone moves carefully. Maya starts calling it the house, not Carter's house. She takes breakfast in the kitchen, not the dining hall. Carter joins her one morning, reading the financial section. Marcus comes in later, smelling of engine grease. They eat in silence, but it's not the old, tense silence. It's the quiet of people who don't need to fill the space with words. Maya wants to earn her keep. She proposes turning an old sunroom into a proper office. She will manage the legitimate charity work for both of their organizations. A neutral zone, she calls it. Carter sees the efficiency. Marcus sees the heart. They agree. The project gives her purpose. She sends her first official email from Maya Wells, Director of Community Outreach. The name Wells was her mother's. She's not ready for either of their last names. Her first project is Mama G's restaurant. Using Carter's contacts for Swift permits and Marcus's union crews for labor, she oversees the rebuild. She's on site daily, wearing a hard hat over her braids. The crew, tough men who work for Marcus, are wary at first. They see Carter's sleek car drop her off. But she learns their names, brings them coffee, and insists on understanding the blueprint. They start calling her boss lady, with respect. Carter and Marcus watch her from a distance, separately. Carter from his car, pride in his eyes as she negotiates with a supplier on the phone. Marcus from the rooftop across the street, a small smile as she hands a worker a tool. They are both falling into a role they never expected. Fathers. It terrifies them more than any rival ever did. An old ghost appears. A private investigator, paid by Carter years ago to find Anya, shows up with a file. He finally found a paper trail from when Maya's mother disappeared. Inside is a paternity test, dated just after Maya's birth. Anya had it done. The investigator never opened it. Carter takes the sealed envelope. His hands don't shake, but they are cold. He doesn't open it. He knows this piece of paper could shatter everything they've just built. He goes to Marcus's garage, where Marcus is tuning the Corvette. Carter lays the envelope on the workbench. Marcus sees the lab logo and goes still. The air leaves the room. They stare at the envelope for a full minute. "We burn it," Marcus says, his voice final. "We made our choice. She made her choice." Carter nods slowly. He picks it up, but he doesn't burn it. He takes it to a secure vault downtown. "We don't open it," he tells Marcus. "But it's hers. If she ever needs to know, it should be her decision." It's the ultimate act of trust and fear. Maya finishes her workday at the restaurant site. Mama G brings her a plate of pasta. "You have their strength, you know," the old woman says, nodding toward the city. "Both kinds. It's a good mix." Maya eats, tired but satisfied. She doesn't know about the envelope. She only knows that for the first time, she built something today. No one can take that away. A new problem arrives in a suit. A city councilman, sharp and ambitious, starts asking questions about the rapid rebuild of Mama G's. He smells irregularities. He's a man who likes cameras and headlines. He's also in the pocket of a rival family from another city, looking for a weak spot. The threat is no longer a knife in the dark, but a subpoena in the sunlight. Carter's method is to bury the man in legal paperwork and call in political favors. It's clean, expensive, and slow. Marcus's instinct is to find the rival family's local operation and dismantle it, brick by brick. It's messy, dangerous, and fast. They argue in the new sunroom office while Maya listens, organizing files. "Your way starts a war we don't need," Carter snaps. "Your way lets a mosquito think it's an eagle," Marcus counters. Maya closes a file drawer, the sound cutting them off. "He's using the law as a weapon," she says to Carter. Then to Marcus, "And you want to prove we're criminals, which is what he's saying we are." They look at her, frustrated. "So?" Carter asks. "So, we use the truth," Maya says. She pulls the financials for the community center, the port job numbers, the clean records of a charity. "We give him a story he can't attack. The story of a community rebuilding. We invite him to the restaurant reopening. In front of cameras. It's a brilliant, simple play. Use the councilman's love of the spotlight against him. In front of voters, he can't attack a feel-good story." Carter is impressed by the strategy. Marcus is proud of the guts. They agree to try it her way. The preparations become a family project. Carter works the guest list, inviting every influential person who owes him a favor. Marcus and his crew ensure the event is secure, invisible but airtight. Maya works on her speech. The night of the reopening is packed. The press is there. The councilman arrives, smiling for cameras. Maya stands at a small podium between Carter and Marcus, who look like respectful benefactors. Her voice is clear. She talks about legacy, about community, about second chances. She doesn't mention her mother, but her spirit is in every word. The crowd is captivated. The councilman is trapped by the good press. He shakes their hands, his smile tight. After the speech, as Maya is surrounded by well-wishers, she sees the two men step back. Carter adjusts Marcus's tie, which was crooked. Marcus brushes a piece of lint off Carter's shoulder. It's a tiny, unconscious moment of care. Her heart swells. They are learning to be a team again, not just for her, but for each other. Later, in the quiet kitchen, Marcus makes 3 cups of hot chocolate, a surprisingly gentle act. They sit. "You are magnificent today," Carter says to Maya. It's the purest compliment he's ever given. "You made them see what we see," Marcus adds. Maya smiles, tired but happy. The councilman problem is neutered. But she knows this is just the first of many political battles. Their world is getting more complicated, and she is now right in the center of it. The envelope, IT, sits in the vault, but its shadow grows. Maya, organizing old files in the office, finds a stack of her mother's things sent over from storage by Mama G, sketchbooks. Her mother was an artist. The drawings are beautiful, cityscapes, faces, and many drawings of Carter and Marcus, young and vibrant. She sees the love in every line. One sketch stops her heart. It's a pregnant woman, looking out a window, her hand on her belly. The date on the corner is from just before Maya was born. At the bottom, in her mother's flowing script, it reads, "My greatest creation." Her father's eyes, whoever they are, will be blessed. But she will have my heart. That is enough. Maya cries. Silent, heavy tears for the mother who loved her so fiercely she gave up everything. She cries for the 2 men who loved her mother and lost her. She takes the sketch and pins it to the sunroom wall. When Carter and Marcus see it, they stop. They don't speak. They just look, their faces raw with a decades-old grief. That sketch becomes their compass. Her mother's heart is the guide. Daily life finds its rhythm. Mornings, Maya trains. Not with guns but self-defense. Marcus teaches her. It's grueling, practical. How to break a hold. How to use her smaller size as an advantage. Carter observes sometimes, making tactical suggestions. Angle your body here. It improves leverage. They are preparing her for the world, not keeping her from it. Business tensions rise again. A lucrative new contract for the port is up for bid. Carter's legitimate company is the frontrunner. But Marcus's union members are being pressured by a rival to strike, which would sabotage the bid. It's a classic conflict of interest. The old mistrust flickers. "Control your people," Carter says coldly. "Or I'll find workers who want to work." Marcus gets in his face. "You think you can sidestep us? Try it." Maya steps between them, again. But this time, she doesn't yell. She points to the sketch of her mother on the wall. "She left because of this," Maya says, her voice quiet but fierce. "The fighting, the my side, your side, is a contract worth more than what we have right here." The question hangs in the air. They back down ashamed. They hold a joint meeting with the union heads in the sunroom. Maya serves coffee. Carter, in plain language, guarantees job security and a share of the profits if they win the bid. Marcus, with his people, vouches for Carter's word. It's unprecedented. The union agrees. The rivals' influence is broken. They win the bid together. The victory is shared. The trust grows, branch by branch. That night, Maya finds Marcus alone in the garage. "Thank you," she says, "for backing him." Marcus wipes his hands on a rag. He's a pain, but his word is good. And he makes you proud. "I see it." She nods. Then she finds Carter in his study. "Thank you for sharing the win," she says. Carter looks up from his desk. Marcus's people are loyal. It's a strength. And he makes you feel safe. "I see it." They are, slowly, learning to love what the other gives her. A figure from the past arrives, a woman in her 50s, elegant but tired, shows up at the gate. She is Deborah, Carter's ex-wife. They were married for a brief, political union years ago. She's not a threat, but she's a ghost of the life Carter once thought he wanted. She's in trouble. Her new husband has tangled with bad people and disappeared, leaving her with a debt. Carter feels a cold obligation. Marcus is suspicious. "She walked out on you. She's not our problem." Maya watches, curious about this part of Carter's history. Carter decides to help, but only to clear the debt, not for her. It's bad for business to have my name associated with that kind of mess, he tells Maya. She knows it's only half true. Maya asks to be involved. She meets Deborah. The woman is scared, but there's a hardness to her. She looks Maya up and down. So you're the new project, Deborah says, not unkindly, but assessing. Anya's girl. I knew her. She was too good for both of them. The comment is a dart, meant to unsettle. It works. The debt is to a low-level loan shark. Carter wants to just pay it. Marcus wants to scare the shark into forgetting it. Maya proposes a third way. She asks to meet the shark, with Marcus as silent backup. In a dingy office, she sits across from the man. She doesn't let Carter pay. She negotiates. She offers a one-time, lower payment, in exchange for the original signed loan papers and a written statement that the debt is cleared. She uses Carter's name as a stick and the promise of no future trouble as a carrot. The shark, intrigued by her nerve, agrees. Deborah is freed from the debt. She thanks Carter, coolly. She then turns to Maya. You have her fire. And his mind, she says, a real compliment. Take care of him. He's better with you around. She leaves, a chapter truly closed. Carter looks at Maya, stunned. You didn't have to do that. Yes, I did, Maya says. We protect what's ours. You taught me that. Ours. The word includes him. The events spark something in Maya. She starts asking more about the past. Not the painful parts about her mother, but about them. How they started. Carter tells her about the first business, a single truck he and Marcus bought together. Marcus tells her about the first territory they took, fighting side by side. The stories are exciting, filled with brotherhood. The fall of that brotherhood hangs unspoken at the end of every tale. Maya sees the empty space in the house, where a family should be. She takes a risk. She buys 3 tickets to a baseball game. Not a suite. Regular seats. She leaves them on the kitchen counter. The first one since 2002, the note says. That was the year her mother left, the year they split. Carter and Marcus stare at the tickets. It's a minefield of old memories. But it's also an offer of something new. They go. They eat hot dogs. They don't talk much. But when their team hits a home run, Carter stands and cheers. Marcus claps him on the back, a wide grin on his face. Maya sits between them, soaking in the normal, loud, happy noise. It's not a fix, but it's a stitch, pulling the wound a little closer together. The stitch tears. News comes from inside Carter's organization. A trusted lieutenant, a man named Ben, has been skimming money. A lot of money. He's been with Carter since the beginning. The betrayal is a personal wound. Worse, the money trail leads to a shell company that has ties to Marcus's union pension fund. It looks like Marcus is profiting from Carter's loss. Carter confronts Marcus in the war room. Evidence printed out. Explain this. Marcus is furious, both at the accusation and at the setup. You think I need to steal from you? This is a plant. Their voices shake the walls. Old demons roar back to life. The trust, so carefully built, shatters in an instant. Maya is shut out. This is business, Carter tells her, his face a mask. Stay out of it. They retreat to their corners. The house is divided again, the silence heavier and more poisonous than before. Maya feels the familiar chill of abandonment, but now it's from 2 directions at once. She refuses to accept it. She goes to the source. Using the access Carter gave her, she digs into the financials. She cross-references the shell company with Marcus's known holdings. The link is too obvious, too clumsy for a man like Marcus. She finds a secondary payment, a small fee paid to a security consultant, Ben's brother. This isn't Marcus's plot. It's Ben's. He's framing Marcus to cover his tracks and ignite a war, hoping to take over the ruins. She takes her findings to Carter first. He listens, his anger warring with logic. She then goes to Marcus, showing him how he was set up. The 2 men are forced to stand in the same room again, looking at Maya's proof. The embarrassment is sharp. They misjudged each other. Again, they deal with Ben together. It's swift and merciless. He's brought before them in a secure warehouse. There is no violence shown on screen, only the before and after. Carter, his voice like ice, lists the betrayals. Marcus stands as a silent, terrifying witness. Ben is taken away, his fate clear. The internal threat is eliminated. Afterwards, in Carter's study, the atmosphere is grim. "We almost did it again," Marcus says, staring into a glass of whiskey. "We almost let the past eat the future." Carter nods, exhausted. The trigger is always the same: distrust. Maya enters. She doesn't offer comfort. She offers a rule. "From now on," she says, "when it looks like one of you betrayed the other, you come to me first. I'm the neutral party. I'm the judge. No more trials without evidence." It's a huge responsibility. They look at her, this young woman they've uplifted, and realize she is now essential. They agree. That night, Maya can't sleep. The weight of being the glue between two titans is immense. She goes to the kitchen. Both Carter and Marcus are there, having the same thought. No one speaks. Marcus makes 3 cups of tea. They sit at the small table. The crack is repaired, but the scar is visible. They are a family, but a fragile one. The world will keep testing them. A different kind of threat emerges. The past, in the form of a man getting out of prison. Vincent, the vet, Rizzo. He's an old-school enforcer who worked for the rival family Carter and Marcus dismantled decades ago to build their empire. He's served 25 years. He's got nothing to lose, and he blames them for the loss of his life. He's not after money or power. He's after legacy. He wants to destroy what they love most, their new reputation and Maya. Security tightens to an extreme level. Maya chafes under it. She has a public life now, with her charity work. Canceling events looks weak and draws more attention. They need a new strategy. Vincent is smart. He doesn't make direct moves. He sends messages. A dead rose left on Maya's car. A vintage photo of her mother, mailed to the house, with a black X over her face. The psychological warfare begins. Carter wants to use every resource to find him and remove the problem. Marcus wants to use Vincent's own network against him, turning his few remaining friends into informants. Maya listens, then asks, "What does he really want?" "Revenge," Carter says. "To hurt us," Marcus adds. "But how?" she presses. "By taking from us what was taken from him. A future." Maya has an idea. It's audacious. She proposes they give Vincent a target, but on their terms. She will give a keynote speech at a high-profile charity gala for the port community. It will be heavily secured, but very public. They will make it seem like their focus is entirely on protecting her there. In reality, they will leave a seemingly vulnerable but crucial target exposed: the records vault downtown. The vault holding the paternity test envelope. The plan is a high-wire act. They are betting Vincent is more interested in destroying their foundational secrets than in a public attack. Carter is against using the envelope as bait. Marcus agrees with Maya. "It's the most personal thing we have. He'll want it." Reluctantly, Carter agrees. The trap is set. The night of the gala, Maya is a vision in a deep green dress. She gives her speech, her voice steady under the lights. Carter and Marcus flank the stage, watching the crowd. Their earpieces are alive with reports from the vault, which is being watched by their most trusted men, hidden. Vincent takes the bait. A small, expert team attempts to breach the vault's digital security. What Vincent doesn't know is that the vault's contents were moved. The envelope is not there, and the breach software is a tracker. As his team works, Carter's tech experts trace the signal back to a shabby apartment across town. Marcus's team mobilizes. Maya finishes her speech to applause. She looks at her 2 fathers. Carter gives a slight nod. Marcus winks. The trap has sprung. The public is safe. The private war is about to end. She feels a surge of power, not from violence, but from strategy. From using their own lessons to protect them all. The operation to capture Vincent is clinical. Carter's tech guides them. Marcus's team executes. They take him in his apartment, surrounded by old photos and maps of their lives. He's an old man, frail but with burning eyes. He's brought to the same warehouse where they face Leo. This is where they end things. Carter and Marcus stand before him. Maya insisted on coming. She watches from the observation room above. Vincent sneers. The great kings. Brought down by a girl. Your weakness. Carter steps forward. You're wrong. She's our strength.